My advice to the people of Bunyoro and actually the whole of Uganda is, if you have any piece of land, do not sell it, because of bad governance and because of frustration of the agriculture industry. Some people have been made to think that land is valueless, but land has a lot of value. If you have any piece of land, do not sell it, because when Kabuleta is president, that land is going to be worth gold. So because we are going to teach you how to make money from that land, so do not sell your land, whatever the case. Now, everything the way it's been done, the frustration of farmers, the way they have been frustrating, they plant crops, and then when it's time for harvest, then crops come from outside. I'll give an example of rice, where people have been planting rice. Then when it's time for harvest of rice, and there are so many people who have planted upland rice across the country, then the government gives a concession for a businessman to go and bring a lot of rice from Tanzania, purposely to reduce the price of rice. That is part of Museveni's program of keeping them poor. Now, the people who have had the value of land, getting money from different things, that was just an example of rice, should know that when I am president, it is going to be very different. So do not sell your land. Whatever happens, do not sell your land right now. Whatever the problem, hold on to it. Number one. And number two, those who have had their land grabbed by these thieves, these thieves who are in power right now, please understand that there is going to be justice, because we are going to reverse a lot of the land decisions and the land grabbing that has been made. So there is going to be given anything apart from be helped to get markets, because the people who have land have actually tried to do things in it before. There are people who have moved from cotton to coffee to vanilla to sugarcane, and none of those things have been beneficial because they're somehow blocked by the government. So the issue is not so much giving people seedlings, although that can also be discussed, and actually there's a program through which we shall be giving them that, and if they need fertilizers, and giving them access to mechanized equipment to help them do the agriculture in big scale. That is going to be discussed, of course, through societies that we shall create. However, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is providing market for those people for their produce. Now, when that is done, and when the people know that when they produce something, it will be taken and they will sell it somewhere, it will be weighed somewhere, and they get money for it instantly. And then the societies that actually buy those things are responsible to bring them in a certain place, and they are sold. And so that we take the burden of looking for a market away from the local people, then they shall become rich. And I'm talking about 1 or 2 years. Suddenly everybody will have at least some money in their pocket. And that's the purpose. And it's not that difficult. People just have to understand that there has been a deliberate effort by this government to make sure none of those things work. They talk about it, but if somebody dares do it, they will actually fight them. Because you see, Gilbert Bukenya came up saying that upland rice, teaching people. The Myoga thing is the latest Museveni lie. And he has so many of them, a litany of them. And there's one thing that they have in common. They all come just before the electioneering period. And it is just something meant to block people's eyes and to make sure that something to give them hope, because he's a dealer in hope. So he gives them hope and makes sure that he gives them something that's going to carry them across the line into voting, and hopes that they vote for him. But as soon as they vote for him, the Myoga will die. And just as everything else has died, Bonawa Gagawale, I don't know how many people became rich. Every other thing that he comes up with, modernizing this, steady progress, I wonder what's progress there has been. There's actually been a lot of retrogression in the last 5 years. So everything that he has come up with has been for the purpose of, number one, keeping hope and deceiving people, to keep them in hope, so that they can vote for him, in the hope that they vote for him. But now, most of the places have gone across the country. People have come to learn all the tricks of Museveni. So nobody is actually believing in the Myoga thing. It's just something people talk about, but it's a lie, and they know it. And so very few people believe in it. So we are telling people that the reason none of these things works is because they were never meant to work in the first place. They were just smoke screens to deceive people and take them across the line of elections. So now we are the ones who are going to come with real programs intended to work, and which are going to work, and intended to put money in people's pockets. That is the whole message of financial liberation, to make sure that people have money in their pockets.